Hey everybody, welcome to one of our first podcast in Jasmine's house, Jasmine's parents' house, my in-laws. We are doing this from the kitchen. We've been planning on doing this for a while, but it just hasn't happened. But we're back and we're excited to talk to you guys. I'm sure a lot of you guys have questions as to what's going on. And we kind of have those same questions. So we're just going to jump right back into it. Jasmine has to pick up Ellie from school shortly, so we're basically just going to podcast until that point. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe and go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know where to start. It's been a while since we've done a podcast, but I had posted a couple of weeks ago that we were going to film a podcast again and to leave us questions, and I lost those questions, but I do remember that they were all basically house questions and like job questions. So basically this podcast will just be like catching you guys up to what's going on in our life and what our plans are, I guess.
So what's the question?
A couple of questions were like, when are you going to get a house? When are you going to get a house? Do you regret selling your house? When is Jordan going to get a job? How is it living with your parents? Or like, things like that. I have two. One of them, because I posted earlier today, somebody said, how does it feel to be living with no house bills? And it's like, we still got a lot of bills.
Everything's paid off except for our car, but we've been putting money into a business, so it's like we have these bills. So like we have a couple $1,000s worth of shirts just inside of the garage. So that's what we kind of pursued, was like a t-shirt customization business or a garment printing business. And it's hard to market. It's a lot harder to market than I initially thought. Thought it was going to be really easy, but that's kind of like the thing that I'm struggling with right now. And as for me getting a job, I've looked for jobs because I'm like, you know what, I'll just go back to a 9 to 5. I'll go ahead and do that. And there's no jobs that pay over like 18 to 20 bucks an hour. And I was talking to one of my friends, and he was like, at his job, and he hires there, he's like, starting pay is 18 bucks an hour, and you have to have at minimum a bachelor's degree to work here. And I'm just, and this is a government job. And it's like, dude, this is crazy. Mm-hmm. There's just no jobs in the 9 to 5. So it's like, I got to figure out what to do, a business that I can do and provide money. Because then in order for us to get qualified for any type of house, you need to have 3 times what the rental rate is as your income for the month. So let's say if a house is $2,000 a month, you have to be making at least $6,000 a month in profit. You got to be able to show those financials for at least 3 months. And that's the only way you'll qualify, whether you're buying a house or you're renting a house.
Yeah. So that sucks, It's taking a process, or it's been a process, but, what can we do?
We were almost able to sue people because Jasmine and her sister got pulled over the other day. And basically my greatest fear for myself almost happened to them. They almost got framed. You want to tell them?
Yeah, so we were, Jordan and Alexis go play basketball at some park by her house, and we were like, let's just go get cookies from McDonald's for the kids, and the kids were hungry, so we're like, we'll just go to McDonald's, get some Happy Meals, some cookies, whatever, and then we'll come back to the park and have a little picnic. And I didn't want to drive because, like, I have anxiety with driving, and I don't really want to get pulled over. And so my sister, I was like, and should I say it?
I don't know what you're going to say.
That I don't have a license.
I'm not cutting anything out, so.
Okay, well, I don't have a driver's license. And so I was like, I'm not going to drive. And my sister's like, no, drive, because I don't like your car, because there's like a huge crack in the windshield that supposedly is going to get fixed. And I was like, please just drive. I'm like, there's tons of cops in Florence. And Jordan's like, there's never any cops out here. I'm like, dude, this is like Cop Central.
I don't realize those things because I have a license, so I'm not looking around everywhere.
Even if I had a license, I wouldn't want to get pulled over and get a ticket anyways. So long story short, we're going to McDonald's, and then we go put gas in the car, and then we're driving. And my sister is like, she's a good driver, but she does have like a lead foot. And so I guess we were driving too fast, which we didn't both realize the speed limit, but it's not like we were going like 80. I think we were going like 35 or something. But anyway.
35 and 25.
Yeah, so long story short, we're almost to the park, literally almost to the park. And I see a cop like flying by, and I'm like, look, and Jordan said there's no cops out here. And then the cop was speeding, right? And it's just getting closer and closer to us. And I'm like, I told my sister, I'm like, is that cop about to pull you over? And so we turn into the parking lot of the park, you know, because we're here, and that cop just like zooms behind us, and then Alex stops, and the cop pulls us over. And so Alex is like, oh my God, I think I'm getting pulled over because she did we missed the turn to the street we were supposed to turn in. So she stopped and like reversed in the street and went. So we thought that's why she was getting pulled over. And so then the cop comes, and mind you, Ellie and Lee are in the back seat, and he's like flashing the lights on us, and he's like, where are you guys coming from? And then all of a sudden I turn around and I just see like cops like surrounding our entire car, and we're like, what the f-? And so they're like, where are you guys coming from? And we're like, I was holding the drink holder with all our drinks, and then our cookies were right here, and I'm like, McDonald's? And then he's like, I don't know, he started asking questions. And so my sister's, because we, you know, that's what we thought we were getting pulled over for. She's like, I'm so sorry I did that turn right there. She's like, I don't know. She just started talking about something completely irrelevant to what the situation was. And he's like, well, the reason I pulled you guys over is because we got a call that there was somebody threatening people from the area you just came from. And then because you guys are speeding and you missed a stop sign, we just assumed it was you guys. And we're like, me and my sister look at each other and we're like, what stop sign? I swear we both didn't see a stop sign. So long story short, apparently they thought the person that was threatening people from the area we had just came from was driving the same car as us. And then because we were not driving the speed limit and we passed the stop sign, we looked suspicious. And
there was 6 cops.
Yeah, there was literally 6 cops around us. And I was just like, what the hell is going on? And honestly, thank God, because like Ellie kind of got nervous in the back seat, and she's like, we're getting pulled over. She's like, are we going to jail? And then my sister's like, I might be going to jail because blah, 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 whatever. And then Ellie's like, I don't want you guys to go to jail. We're like, relax, you know, we're just getting pulled over. But
and then she went ahead and went into this whole story because I started walking up. And then as I started walking up, because I was about 100 yards away, 1 cop left, 2 cops left, and pretty much everyone left. And your sister looked at me and she was like that, and she didn't know if she was going to get a ticket or not yet. And at that point, there was only her and that cop, so I figured out everything's fine. So I just walked back, and then when they walked up to us, they went into a whole story about how they got a ticket.
Oh, yeah, well, because let me finish telling you, because my sister was like, am I going to get a ticket, you know? And he was like, no, it's okay. We're sorry for scaring you guys. He's like, you guys go and have a good night. Also, because he was like, I told him, I'm like, we have our daughters here. Is it safe for us to stay here? Because there's somebody threatening people around the area. And he's like, no, you're safe. And then I asked him, I'm like, was this person threatening with a weapon? Or like, why did 6 cops like come after us? And he's like, no weapon. I was like, then why? It was like, what was this whole scene for? But anyway, so he was like, yeah, no, you're safe. So we go back, and Alex is like, dude, let's tell Alexis that I got a ticket, because like, no shade to my sister, but she's notorious for getting tickets. And
what's crazy is that as they were leaving, he asked me who's driving, and then I asked him why, and he said because their insurance has went up because of your sister getting tickets. And then,
but this is not to put her business out there, you know. It's just the way it is.
Funny.
But yeah. So she was like, dude, Alexis, before she thought she was gonna get a ticket, she was like, Alexis is gonna be so pissed at me. And I was like, dude, let's prank him and let's, you know, pretend you got a ticket. So we're like, okay. So when we get there, and she's like, they're like, what happened? And so we're telling them the story, and he's like, and Alex is like, and I'm sorry, I got a ticket. He got so mad. Like, you just instantly see his face, and then he like walks away. And then we're like, just kidding. He's like, I wasn't even mad. No,
he said it was just very believable. So he's like, what, like,
yeah,
this happened before.
It was so funny though. And so I posted about it on my Instagram, and actually a couple people messaged me saying that I should sue. And I was like, honestly, I'm so desperate for a house right now. I'm down. And Josh and Cynthia messaged me too. And Josh was saying that there's somebody in California right now that's suing a cop for that. But I mean, they weren't rude to us. They didn't pull up with guns. They didn't, you know, there was a bunch of cops surrounding us, but only one cop got out of the car.
Well, what would you sue for?
Emotional damage.
They were nice, you said. Now you can't sue. Once this goes out, you've said everything you've said.
No,
So.
I wouldn't sue. That sounds like a hassle, but I wish I could have, because like there's been 2 situations now where we could have gotten money for a house.
What was the first?
The trams.
That didn't happen to us.
It could have 20 minutes prior.
So for those of you who don't know, we were at Universal Studios in Hollywood, and 20 minutes after we got off the trams, a tram's brakes went out. The guy pulled the emergency brakes, and everyone went flying right by the Jaws little show.
It was by the Jurassic Park.
Oh, the Jurassic show. And there was a helicopter up in the sky, a bunch of stuff. Check out our vlog channel if you guys want to see Jasmine and her sister getting pulled over, as well as if you want to see the day that we went to Universal Studios and this happened. But from what I understand, a couple people were in critical condition. People went to the hospital, and essentially they're going to probably get a lot of money.
I know. And my first thought was, okay, no one died and only one lady was in critical condition. I'm assuming she was an older lady.
Okay, but what if you're paralyzed?
But nothing happened to anybody. They just had like I was reading the news article.
Hold on. If you think about it, okay, so let me give you
I don't want to be paralyzed for a house.
Okay, but at this point, we were going to be paralyzed from diabetes.
I'm not going to be paralyzed from diabetes. You are.
You told me you have tingling in your feet.
No, you better rephrase that. You told me you have tingling in your feet.
And then you said, oh, me too.
I said my legs hurt.
I said I have a little bit of tingling in my feet. And then you, on my mother's life, said I have tingling too. Maybe you were just doing that to make me feel better or something.
Maybe I was, because I'm good.
Okay, so if you know in 5 years from now, your feet are going to be gone.
My feet are not going to be gone.
Just hypothetically, if your feet are going to be gone.
No.
And then now, if just 5 years earlier, you get in that tram, but you at least you're getting paid.
You're going on with this conversation, but my answer is no. I don't ever want to be paralyzed.
I didn't say that. If you're gonna be paralyzed, no matter what.
But I'm not gonna.
Okay, but you have to choose one. Would you rather 5 years early get hit in a tram, make $2 million, and you have, you're paralyzed in your feet?
Obviously that.
I rest my case.
You're supposed
I literally changed your mind.
No, you didn't. You're just not giving me an option to say no to both. But, yeah. So that's the gist of our life right now. Basically, our life consists of taking little vacays and just fucking taking it day by day. So.
Yeah, I mean, we still have some money. I know a lot of people think we're broke, but we still have some money.
I don't think anybody thinks we're broke. As a matter of fact, I think people think we're rich. And if you only knew.
We had to pay a lot of bills.
We had
and so that's another,
much debt.
That's another reason. We were actually going to find a house, as you guys seen in our vlog channel. And the thing that kept messing us up was our credit. And it wasn't, because I paid everything off. Mm-hmm. And we spent a lot of money paying stuff off because we lived off of credit cards for a little while as we were trying to save the house, as well as my parents basically funded our family. My parents basically funded our family for a very long time.
Well, I wouldn't say funded our family. They just would pay our mortgage. They didn't
funded us.
They didn't buy our dinners and stuff. That sounds like.
Yeah, they did. My dad literally said, "How much money do you need this month? How much money do you need next month?"
Oh, I guess I don't remember. Because honestly, those times were so. I just couldn't believe, this is we were just having this conversation at Luis and Janelle's house the other day. I was like, we went from being on such a high to such a low, and never in my life did I think at almost 34 years old, 2 kids, that I would be back in my mom's house. And still not really knowing where our life's going to go, because this is the life of an entrepreneur wife.
And it honestly kind of sucks because there's no blueprint for this, and I feel like one day I wake up and I'm like, bro, I just need to go find a job. And then I go look for a job, and then there's no jobs that pay an amount that is going to, get us to where we need to be to buy a house and stuff. So it's like, okay, I need to create something.
And that's a fight between us, because I'm like, he tells me that, and I'm like, Jordan,
I cannot find a job out there.
A job paying $18 an hour is better than money at all.
But then you get stuck out there doing that. And then it's just...
And then for those of you who are going to be like, well, why don't you get a job, blah, blah. I definitely am going to get a job. But for example, everyone in my family has a job and they work long hours. I have 2 kids. The only person that is available is my grandma. And my grandma has been going through so many health issues. She doesn't drive anymore. I'm like, who would pick up my kids? And summer break is coming right now. Who's going to take care of my kids? No one's home but my grandma. Like I said, my grandma's constantly in appointments, or she's just, I don't want to depend on.
So that's the thing. If I have to kind of figure something out based at home. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping this t-shirt thing, that's been very tricky. We got a large order for, if you hear dogs,
sorry,
there's trash man. It took me a long time because half the stuff's in the garage, half the stuff's in the room. And I feel bad because that's where your dad used to park his truck. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to take his space. There's boxes everywhere in
Everything
there.
is just so hard.
And I feel so bad. And but your mom's like, go ahead and use it. But then I know your dad wants to park his truck in there. It's summertime. You know what I mean?
The good thing is he leaves at like when the sun is not even up.
I know. I just feel bad though. Like we're stuck in a very weird position.
That's why I've been telling him, I'm like, can you please just, like, we were just talking about him going back into like the real estate business for a year or two, whatever, like just so we can.
Look, that doesn't make any sense. You're gonna go back into the real estate business.
Stay forever then. I don't care. Like, just go back to it.
It's not fun. It's horrible.
But no job is fun.
No, I know that, but like, I'm not saying that I'm not gonna do a job because it's not fun, but nothing's guaranteed in that either. You know what I mean? Like, nothing's guaranteed. We've known that. We went months without making money in that, and I know you say it's because there was a mistake that was made. No, there's people that go a year without making money in real estate. I talked to buyers that I used to sell houses to, and she said, I haven't bought a house in a long time. I'm very specific in what I need, and none of that's available. I talked to another guy, a house that I sold him a year ago. He said, I haven't even sold that house yet.
Yeah,
like I'm still on it. So it's such a weird business right now, and it's like, okay, let's say I put all my time into that. Nothing's guaranteed. You know what I mean? And I've even thought about, like, what if I go into some type of like software sales job, if I find like a way to get into sales, because I know I could be good at it. And at least with that, they're feeding me leads instead of me looking for leads and then having to close those leads. You know what I mean? So I don't know, dude. Like, I need someone to take a chance on me if I go out, and it's hard to find someone that does it because there's people that are overqualified everywhere coming out of college, and they can't even find a good job. You know what I mean? So.
And unfortunately, he can't go back to his original job because of stupid people. So now here we are.
Which they told me I could go back if anything ever happened.
And the thing is like, he could go back to SRP. He would just have to find a different department to work in. But I don't know. So we're just here, figuring things out. And I have like a lot of bad days. I freaking hate living, and I don't want to sound rude, but like, I love living with my parents, but I hate living with my parents, you know what I mean? Because I'm 34 years old. I'm not a teen. How can I explain it without sounding like a bitch? Some things trigger me from like my childhood. Like when my dad is like yelling at the dogs, it sounds like how he used to yell at us, and I just want to like punch him in the face.
Well, that's living with anybody, though. I think we're at that point. Like, I don't know. Some people can live with people, and we were so used to living on our own for the past 15 years that it's hard. But just like it's hard for us, though, I'm sure it's hard for them.
Oh my God. 100%. I know it is. That's why once you're an adult, you should have your own house. And, we'll get there again. But like I said, we're very grateful to have somewhere to go and somewhere to be, and a room, like a roof over our kids' heads and stuff, because like, imagine people who don't have family.
Yeah, no, both of our parents have came in and helped us like tremendously. And like I tell her, it could always be worse. You know what I mean? Like, we're in the house.
I know, but I hate when people say that to me, because it's like, but it could be, but I'm still allowed to be fucking pissed at my situation.
But you used to be mad at our old house, and then.
But that's for a different situation.
No, but you were so mad about that house, and then now you're like, oh, I would do anything to go back there. So
not that house, but I would do anything to be in a house.
Jasmine, you literally say that you would want to be back at the house. And I
guess you're right, and but the thing is like we still get comments. There's these two fucking ladies who comment on our vlogs. And I'm just like, why do you watch it? If you guys don't like me, stop watching, because you guys are so stupid and annoying. You have no life. That you focus on me so much, but you're like the first fucking person to look at my stories on Instagram and stuff. You're lucky I haven't blocked you. But anyway, they're always commenting like, oh, this is all Jasmine's fault. Jordan is such a hard worker, and Jasmine did all this and stuff like that. And I'm like, no. Like, first of all this was a team effort. We both decided to take these chances together, but like, I didn't make him quit his jobs. And then the whole California thing, I don't know, that kind of just didn't fall through. Maybe it was for a reason. I don't know why it didn't. I Jordan changed his mind last minute, and I kind of started getting cold feet too, but we just couldn't agree on an area to raise our kids in out there.
Well, I don't even think it would have happened anyways because of credit. In the end, that's what held us back here, and it would have held us back over there too. But in the end, I told her...
That's still the goal. And I literally have a text message.
Later on. Not right now, but... Well, that was because that was based on a different business I was thinking about doing. That's why I sent you that message. And that's the thing,
like, ever since I've been married to Jordan, the 14 years that I've been married to Jordan, he has just had business after business after business. And I'm here for it. But
not true. I did socks. I did customized socks. And then what? After that, other than the stuff I've just done?
We did the cricket stuff. We did the
cricket stuff. That was never a business. That was just like a hobby. We never like...
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't. What do we sell?
Well, either way, Jordan has been an entrepreneur, and
the thing is that I've always done it with a job. I've never decided to quit my job. I've always done both, and there was a time where one of my businesses would have done really well if I would have quit, and I just didn't have the balls to do it. And this time I'm like, I'm not gonna not take that chance.
Yeah.
And now it's like tanking. It's 10 times harder than anyone will ever tell you. It's a bit of luck, but it's also like a lot of just constantly putting yourself out there. Like I was driving around at mailboxes today, literally putting flyers up everywhere, hoping that'll work. And then I'm going to go do it after this. And I'm going to try to figure out different ways to market. And hopefully it literally just takes one viral video though. And then you have like a sustainable business and you just keep feeding that monster. But that's the problem.
That's the thing. I'm like, he's been trying to start his business for so long. I just wanted to... Like, you know, nobody deserves it more than he does in my mind, you know? It's like, sure, we know so many people who are working their jobs and stuff, but like in my mind, nobody is, although lately he hasn't been as much, like you used to be like really motivated, you know, and things have changed a little bit, but I just wanted to work out for you so bad, and not for my sake, you know, just for your sake, because I'm like, damn, dude, he believes in himself so much, and so many people around him believe in him, but it's just not, it just takes one, like, I don't know what's gonna happen.
I feel like the dad from what's that movie? Holes. At the very end, he figures it out, but it's like, dude, how long is it gonna take for me?
That's the thing.
To get there.
I'm like, how long?
Like, I sold my house. Thank God I didn't lose it. I sold my house, paid off all of our debts, and we still have a little bit of money left. And it's like, I don't want to lose this money and have nothing to show for it. I need to make sure that something comes out of this, or else it was all in vain. Because it just, I don't know. It's tough, man. Like, I didn't realize how hard it would be to find a job. And now that I can't find one that's decent, that'll sustain our family, it's like, okay, I can't believe how hard it is to really do. And I think that's my problem, is like, I'm forcing so much that it takes a while to grow a business. And I want everything to happen overnight, because I see so many like people like, oh, I started a month ago and this is what happened. And it's like, I'm trying to emulate that. And I think I don't have like an exact blueprint as to what needs to be done. So like, I'll wake up and I'll do a ton of things, but in the end, it's like I didn't finish any one of those things. I'll like edit a video 75%.
That's definitely your ADHD.
But it drives me crazy, because I'm like, dude, I drop off day at school, I go take a shower, I've been in the room, I updated the website, I did this is, and it's like, okay, and I have nothing to show for it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like
there's been days where we argue about that, because I'm like, literally, all you did was just designs today, and what good is that? That's not going to bring us money, you know?
So what would?
I don't know. Something needs to happen. We need somebody to take a chance on us, or on you, really, because it's more so your business. But
it's like word of mouth. Like I made these shirts for this guy who owns a real estate company, and then he turned around and he told one of his friends, and now I'm going to do 60 shirts for their church retreat for the youth. And it's like stuff like that is what we need to do. Like, give people a product that they love. And that's like another thing, is that I'm like trying so hard to make sure that this product is as good as it can be. And I get so nervous to send stuff out, because I'm scared that there's going to be some type of issue with it. And
the thing is like, you know, when you do your research, and I feel like we're very low price compared to tons of people who are making shirts right now. But it's also such a hard time right now that nobody I mean, there is people still buying shirts, but there's also people that are not buying shirts because
We say that, but then the Super Bowl happened and we sold so many shirts.
that's pretty much what, like, that's literally, like, for example, Mother's Day is next week and we didn't do shit.
But it's like it worked on Mother's Day, and then ever since then, every time something has been around us, we've tried, and no one, not like one.
The Super Bowl, it worked for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, for the Super Bowl it worked, but after that, not one thing worked, and it's so weird how we sold so much. Huh?
What is that noise? Is that like a fly trapped in something? Trapped
in something? What do you mean?
It's gone. Anyway, yeah, so it's hard. I don't know. We're trying to figure things out, but I know things will eventually work out because they always do. It's just a little frustrating sometimes, but at least we're not like broke and homeless, you know?
No, and I asked myself this question. I was like, if someone said, you're going to live with, your in-laws, and I'm going to give you X amount of money, which is the money we have, you think you can make it work? Mm-hmm. If someone, honestly, dude, if I was working at SRP still and someone offered me this much money and like a chance to start something, I would probably quit. You know what I mean? And so I think that, and then I'm like, okay, then why am I so down on myself? You know what I mean? Like right now, like sometimes I feel like, bro, like what's going on?
We're both, I mean, like, and this is like no shade to you, I swear, but I have never seen you so unmotivated and down ever in my life.
How am I unmotivated?
I'm not unmotivated, but before you were just like...
It's because...
I don't know, you're not excited with things
it's
like
not, No, I'm excited, but it's like... as like a man, it's like, bro, I'm living in another man's house.
Yeah, but don't think about it like
that. But I do.
Literally living with my parents.
Yeah, but that's easy for you because that's your parents.
No, it's not easy for me. I don't like doing it.
But it's your parents.
I mean, I see where you're coming from. But like it's like little things where like I used to, I don't know, like there's like no joy in Jordan anymore. And I hate that for him because...
It's because I don't have like the blueprint. If someone that had done what I've done and they say, hey, this is the 5 steps that I followed every single day. Go do that. Mm-hmm. Okay. But there's like no blueprint. Like I don't know if what I'm doing is going to pay off. So I'm very uncertain. And so like I don't know if I just wasted my entire day to day doing nothing. Not doing nothing, but like doing nothing that's actually nothing's going to come out of it. You know what I mean? Like am I going about this the right way? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
And like I looked up videos and it's all just nothing but like buy my course, or it's like 5 easy ways, and like nothing's easy. Like
that's why you make up your blueprint.
No, that's easy to say, but you can't make up a blueprint if you haven't done it. You don't build a house based on like, like it's a proven method.
Basically what I'm trying to say is you've always figured things out.
No, I know that. Your
brain, the way your brain works when you allow it to work at its full potential is like insane.
What does that mean?
Like,
I'm just kidding.
No, like when you're not in your slumps, like when you're not just like, when you're like, all right, go get her. You're fucking amazing. You can do anything. You literally do everything. There's not one thing you have never not done. So I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Like I'm stupid as hell. I don't know. I really can't help you in a lot of things. Like I try. There's things I can help you in, but like also you have your, like I know you say this is our business, but it's your business. I just help you with it when I can.
I don't know.
Because you have what is it called? You have it in your mind the way you want it to go. So I give you tons of ideas and you shoot them down because it's not how you want it to be.
Well, it's just like, would I rather sell, a shirt for $25 that's like a design that I made or whatever, or would I rather sell a shirt for $10 because a company bought 300 of them? Well, I would rather sell the $25 shirt because I'm making more money off of it, but it's harder to break through a market. You know what I mean? Doing that. If I'm selling shirts to companies, which I'm 100% do, I want to do it, but look at how much money we made doing the Super Bowl shirts at $25 a piece, as opposed to these massive orders that is triple the work for almost less. You know what I mean? So again, I'll do either, but it's like, what really works better? You know what I mean? So I don't know. You have like 5 minutes.
I know. It's a process. Everything's a process, and things will work out eventually. If like right now we have a goal that if within the whole month of May our business doesn't pop off the way we need it to be, then Jordan's gonna have to go find a job, and I'm gonna have to find something that at least for the month of June and the very beginning of July, I need to be home with my kids. Somebody needs to be home with the kids. It's not like Isaiah is responsible enough to take care of Eliana. I wish. Because that's what I was. I was the older child. So when my mom was working over the whole summer.
But yeah, I hear the stories that you guys had, and you guys are lucky you're still alive. If you really think about it, you guys weren't ready for that.
Well, it had to be done. My parents needed money. They were in situations like we're in right now. But you're right. I would never leave Isaiah alone with Ellie because...
You know how you were.
Yes. I used to be like, whatever, do whatever you guys want. Just don't get hurt. And somebody always got hurt. And, it's hard. It's so hard right now. But it's like crazy from an outsider looking in because to everyone else, we're like living the life, taking our little Disney trips and... going on little mini lake weekends with our family.
Which, mind you, that the weekends, lakes, whatever, but we have annual passes, so don't think we're buying tickets every time. Mm-hmm. We have like a hotel hookup, and that's pretty cool. So we're not going out there and spending a ton of money. Also, we're going out there to market. Like we shoot a ton of videos. And I'm editing those, so those are starting to go up now. So it's not just obviously we're having fun. But it's like we're trying to relay that into marketing, for our business. So it's just a matter of me editing the videos. And
I feel like if people knew how much money we still have in our account and we're over here saying we're like low on money, those people would be like...
It's not a lot of money. No, it's not a lot of money if you're not making money to cover your costs.
But people would be like, you're saying that's not a lot of money?
It's not.
I don't know.
It's really not. That money's gone so fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But... I don't know. It is what it is. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast. Drop some comments and maybe we'll do another one. I'm thinking about maybe doing 2 a week. And I also have some ideas too. Like if you guys support us, I was telling Jasmine, I think it'd be kind of cool to like do like a monthly subscription, like a Patreon, but we'll send you like a monthly shirt. So like you guys won't obviously just be paying for no reason. Like you guys would be getting something out of it if you guys wanted to support us, and we would sell the shirt. I don't know, I was thinking like $25, and that includes shipping. You don't have to worry about it. And then every month I send a shirt out just to those people.
But not like a Living with the Laras shirt, right?
I don't think so. What was that?
The Air.
Oh no, I'm thinking like, I don't know, you guys let us know what kind of designs. It has to be something, maybe one for, I don't know, it has to be unisex if you think about it.
We'll come up with some ideas, but this was kind of just an intro back into what's going on and kind of what our plan is, because I swear every question was like, what are you guys doing? What's your plan? When are you moving? And
there's no plan.
I mean, the goal would be to be out of this house by Christmas time, but I mean yeah, that's not doable. We really just kind of planned for about 6 months to a year, and so we're about our 6-month mark right now. So
yeah, and our first like 4 months was like, what can we do? What should we do? Trying to figure it out, and didn't really put much action behind it just because it didn't seem like that was the thing to do. But then it's like we got to do something. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I feel like our next podcast that we do will kind of be like more of like lighthearted stuff.
I've also really thought like, bro, what if I like take YouTube like incredibly serious and like went out and like I was thinking like, what if I knock on people's doors during the day, and I'm like, is there anything I can help, because there's a lot of old people in this neighborhood,
and film it.
And, no, is there anything I can help you with around the house? And in exchange for that, can I sit down and just talk to you on a podcast? And everyone has a story.
Babe.
But then I'll literally carry a knife with me just in case.
No. How about because one thing I've
literally thought about that.
Listen, one thing I've noticed is our community is the only people coming through for us lately.
Facebook community.
Yeah, our Facebook community page. Like that's who we're selling to, and they're recommending people. They, when somebody's like looking for somebody, blah, blah, they comment our name. So what I could do is post on the community page and be like, hey, we're starting a series on our podcast, or my husband would like to interview such and such,
Anybody with the store. Anybody. I wouldn't
Yeah,
care
that'd
who
be
you are.
interesting. I mean, that's a thought, but
I don't know. I think that's kind of cool. I just see a lot of people like going and cutting people's lawns for free. And it's like, what if, I don't know, somebody needs help around the house or something? Like
I would say in return, my husband will pull your weeds.
Husband and wife. So, anyways.
No, but yeah, like I said, next podcast, let's not be so like, let's talk funny, because we're funny people.
Yeah, no, this is just kind of getting into it. And plus, half the stuff wasn't working. Like this memory, I don't even know if this recorded. So,
imagine. And I have to go get Ellie and.
But yeah, appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to check out our vlog channel, Chapter 2 Vlogs. That is linked in the description. I'm going to be posting on there quite a bit again. And we do post on our Disney vlog channel periodically. So check that out as well.
All these flies, like.
I don't see any flies. Oh, I wonder if the thing's picking it up.
Yeah, it's definitely picking it up. Okay, I gotta go. I'm gonna be late. Oh, you're not done? Let me out.
What?
Let me out. All right, I'll be back.
Ooh.
Lick your lips.
How'd you do that?